ABC, it's Greeno. Off today, thought I would shoot an update video. Just got a couple things to show, and actually show I went and saw. Maybe talk about that a little bit. It's pretty killer. We went and saw the Super Suckers. It's their new album just come out, Get the Hell, and just totally ripped it up, man. Fantastic show at a little bar. 50, 60, tops 70 people in a place. It's probably more around 50. And I think they're out on tour like with the Toadies or somebody, but they had a little stretch in between where they took off and are doing some of their own, you know, headlining things, or headlining, whatever you want to call it, just hitting little bars. And it was great. They just, like I say, hardly anybody there, and they hit the stage and just tore it up like they were playing at Madison Square Garden. They just, yeah, they didn't phone it in at all. They were fantastic. We got there, and they truly are the hardest working band in rock and roll, along with the greatest band in rock and roll. Walk in, there's their merch table, and Eddie Spaghetti, the singer, is working the table, talking to people, listening to the opening bands, watching a baseball game on his phone, selling shit, yeah, bullshitting. Great dude. Yeah, picked up a couple things, and so he was there the whole time. They set up the stage after the opening bands get done. He walks over, picks the bass up, starts singing, goes through the set, sets the bass down, goes back to the merch table, and starts selling more stuff. Man, it's like he's got it down. And they were fantastic. Got the hat. Excited to get that. I picked up a single, brand new. It's got Get the Hell and Go on it. And it's green vinyl. They had 4 of them. They all had different color logos. So I'm assuming, yeah, they all match vinyl-wise, color-wise, the logo. But just picked up the one. Pretty killer. And also, like this tour poster kind of deal, but it's cool. It's not paper. It's like a cloth material. And actually, I didn't even notice when I grabbed it. It's done by this Scotty roller, and it's limited to 250, and this is number 66. So I need to get a frame for that. Really happy. But like I said, it was a great show. And we loved it. Just and everybody that was there for the Super Suckers. And as soon as they hit the stage, you know, all 50 people were right in front of the stage, and there's nobody around anywhere else at the bar or anything. It was great. All right, a couple other things. Actually, I want to show you this because I mentioned it in the last video I did. It had a bunch of metal in it. This magazine I've been reading, I just picked up, called Thrash. And Metal Hammer put this out, and it's just basically, you know, the history of thrash. It's got, you know, it starts out in the Bay Area with Metallica, you know, of course, and it's killer. See this around and you dig thrash, pick this up. I mean, I've read it pretty much front to back. I got a couple more pages and I'm done with it, but everything in it's been really cool. Alright, couple new albums here. Serious score for me, anyway, and what is playing in the background. I'm loving this album. I've been looking for this for a while, and it's just not to be found. And actually, this is the first copy I've seen pop up on eBay, so I went for it. And it's a newer band, Glitter Wizard, Solar Hits. And it's just killer. It's actually, I'll show you, I pulled this out to show because, you know, if you've watched my videos, this is their second album. I've had this for a while. Easier album to find. Really good, you know, just might prefer this one just a little more than the first one. But yeah, so happy to find this, and you know, don't get me wrong, totally dig this. They're like a one of these newer bands that are doing the 70s hard rock, stoner, but these guys have a little space rock thrown in. It's just really interesting, and you know, crazy ass covers. I mean, this looks like some kind of 60s psych album or something. You know, they got organ and everything pumping, and just it's really good. You know, check these dudes out if you dig that kind of music. And good luck finding this. They actually put it out on cassette, and there's usually a couple copies on eBay on cassette that just come out. But like I said, kind of good luck, man. It took me forever to find a copy of this. But it's well worth tracking down. Alright, next up, where did I find this? I think I got it at Rockadroom. The last couple things here all came from Rockadroom. Never heard of this, and I was on the website, popped up, and was reading about it. It sounded really interesting, so kind of grabbed it, you know, checked out some clips. Really freaking cool. It's Hillo Hammett. Another one of these obscurities, man. This is 1969. It's a reissue, of course. It's a rare album. And basically it's early hard rock, but it's that hard psych, I guess you could say. These guys were from D.C., Washington, D.C. I think this was their only album. Really cool. It's kind of right up there with St. Anthony's Fire, that kind of thing. And I'm just really happy to grab this. Like I said, I knew nothing about this album, these guys. And Rockadroom, man, they always have some weird stuff on there, and they get these crazy reissues. And love it, man. Yeah, right up there with what I've been looking for lately. Different order, but still from Rockadroom. This was kind of, I've had some of these for a little while, just getting around to showing them, but these two just kind of come in, and I haven't even opened them yet because I've heard both, but I'm going to be opening them today. I'm really excited to check these out. And while on Rockadroom, you know, it was just kind of buried in the website somewhere. Somehow I came across it at both these, and was really excited. Got Bang, Mother and Ballad of the King. Bang, just incredible hard rock band from the 70s, early 70s. And like I say, it's still sealed. And it's like, this is from 72, this is a 2010 new music reissue from Germany. I was lucky enough to find an original of the first self-titled Bang, but I've been kind of looking for this and a nice reissue at a good price, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I actually have that on CD. I think this comes right from their website. This has the first album, and then the album I just showed there, the second one, Mother, Ballad of the King. Like I say, I've heard that album, like that album, and happy to have it on vinyl. Original in good shape, hard to track down. Okay, next up is an album that I don't know. I'm gonna tell a little story about this album, how I found it and all that. It's a weird ass album, and a rare album and hard to find. And yeah, if you find it, I found originals twice, I think, and they were beat up, and they still wanted one was like $50 and one was like 75 or something. Just like, the vinyl didn't look all that good. I knew it was going to be noisy, if not just scratched and skipping, but it's still very hard to find. But anyways, this band, I came across them about 10, 12 years ago, and I still haven't got my head completely around them. They're just a weird band from 1969, and I think I found them on the internet, and what drew me to them was a couple Black Sabbath connections. Odd Black Sabbath connections. This album came out in '69, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I downloaded it, like I say, 10, 12 years ago. So it's Coven, Witchcraft Destroys Minds and Reaps Souls. This is the original downloaded, burnt copy I made years ago. What's kind of weird about this is this came out in '69, and the first track on the album is called Black Sabbath. This is before Sabbath had an album out, you know. And it was kind of weird at seeing that, and I think that's how I come across it, because of the Black Sabbath track, the song titled Black Sabbath. It's not a Black Sabbath song, but looked everywhere for that, and finally found, the only thing I could find was an Karma pressing on CD from 2003. And what's even kind of weirder is the bass player is Mike Osborne. Again, this is 1969, right before Sabbath, puts the first album out. So track 1 is Black Sabbath, and the bass player is Oz Osborne. It's kind of weird. And this is a strange ass, dark, on the satanic side, I guess you could say. They have tracks like White Witch of Rose Hall, Coven and Charing Cross, Pact with Lucifer, Wicked Woman, and the last track on here is like 7 or 8 minutes, and it's called Satanic Mass. And that's what it is. It's not music. It's supposedly a recording of a satanic mass. At first, when you hear this, it's like, whatever, man, this is kind of crazy. What are these guys doing? As you listen to it, it's like, this is kind of creepy. Is this weird? Is this like real? What the hell's going on here? But, anyways, on Rockadrome and hidden in there on the site was an Karma reissue on vinyl, and I freaking jumped on this. It's like, are you kidding me? Absolutely. Like I say, this is a weird ass album. It's like a weird psych, satanic, dark rock thing with that satanic mass. Excuse me, it's 13 minutes long on side 2. The last track on the album. And the whole, track 1 is Black Sabbath. The bass player is Oz Osborne. This is one of these albums that caught me, and I'm kind of, I don't know, it's one of those, a little obsessed with it. It's weird. I don't know what else to say. It's just, I find it interesting that it was before Sabbath, and it has, I wonder if Sabbath heard this. And it's so dark and odd. And actually, I'll kind of put this out for David in Australia. Dude, if you like that Pulse song, check this out. A little bit of that sound, that weird, psychedelic rock thing going on, female singer, really cool. Just a strange freaking album. If anybody knows any more about this, it's not an album I've went and researched really heavy. I've read a little bit about it, but I kind of like the mystery of it. But if anybody has anything to add to it, feel free, leave a comment if you know anything about this record. I just kind of thought I would share it. It's just one of those albums that's always been in my head since I found it 10 or 12 years ago. And from a burn to finding the CD to finally getting the vinyl, I'm pretty happy here. So, anyways, try not to have this too long. Just thought I would share about the Super Suckers, greatest rock and roll band in the world. They told us so last night. And this Coven album, really excited with that. Alright, everybody, hope everybody's doing well, and anybody that was down around where all the tornadoes were, hope everybody made it through and is safe. We're getting pounded with rain until tomorrow or the next day. It's springtime. Alright, BC, have a good one. Later.